Then you had these people called abolitionists. They would go into the South and talk to slaves. You can listen to these today if you look up slave narratives, and you can hear the actual voice of a slave. And they would go tell white people from the North about their experiences during slavery. Some of them, now that slavery was over, would say, we are Israelites. We were learning it in caves. We follow the law of Moses. We keep the Sabbath. We keep the Passover. When those narratives got back to New York, Jewish people came down to the South to assist these black Jews. These Jews who were black, but they wanted to learn Judaism. So then white people from New York came down to talk to them. And then over time, they began to migrate from the South to New York. All right, during what time? 1920, 1910, something like that. During the time of the Great Migration. You can look that up. During the time of the Great Migration, black people, the same way you hate the Mexicans for wanting to leave Mexico for a better life, you left Mississippi. You left Texas. You left it to go to the North to get a better life, which is why you should be kind to the Mexicans, because they're doing the same thing your grandmothers and your grandfathers did. Doing the same thing Captain Mawaquad's family did. Captain Mawaqud, his family is from Prairie View, Texas. That's where his family is from. But he was raised in Chicago because his great uncle righteously unalived the devil. Righteously did it. In righteousness. They didn't think it was righteous. God did. Well, the town came out to lynch Captain Mawaquad's family. And they had to run from Prairie View, Texas to Chicago, Illinois. And that's why Captain Mawaqud lives in Chicago, Illinois. This was a common history among black people in the South. Well, they might, those black people who believed they were Israelites, they left Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, blah, 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 and they came to New York City. And then they began to learn under Jewish people. And it was a small group of them, but they were significant. It was so strange, and they began to go on and on and on and on. Now you can take it all the way up to the early 60s, right? So now there's a community of black people in New York who believe that they are Israelites, but they're learning from white Jewish people.